race fans, it's another edition of the National Sim Racing League Cup Series, and for the first time this season, we're going road racing. That's right, we are at the legendary Circuit of the Americas. I don't know if you could call it legendary considering the fact that the track is 9 years old, but a beautiful road racing facility in the United States. It's the Austin 250. Good evening, race fans. I'm Marty Sakala. Glad you could join us for this action. Not a stacked field, though. 22 drivers taking place around the 20-turn COTA Grand Prix facility. Last week, if you missed us, we were at the Dover International Speedway, and Ashton Crowder nearly lapped the entire field en route to a victory. It was just an incredible dominance, but Circuit of the Americas, yes, 20 turns, laps over 2 minutes long. The driver that has the least amount of mistakes will be the one going to victory lane tonight. You can't have a front end damaged car like you see the 57 of Paul Smeraldo has there on your screen. Running a little bit late here on the start of the race time. Qualifying was extended this time, going to 15 minutes and not to 10 minutes like it's been in the past for oval racing. Now let's break down the lay of the land here for Circuit of the Americas. 3.427 miles. Pit road speed is set at 40 miles an hour. 20 turns like we said. All starts in turn number 1. We'll explain the turns here in a little bit and take you through the road course facility. Last week's event at Dover, these were the only drivers finishing on the lead lap. Ashton Crowder, Brendan Poole, and Nick Boyd. Coincidentally, they are currently your top 3 in qualifying. Here are how the playoffs look after 13 races on the year. I believe it may be 12, actually. Let me take a look. It is 13 races. That's right. All right. Here are how the standings currently look. Josh Susi with 3 wins on the season, followed by these following drivers: Tyler Isley, Mark Sikosi, Kayla McCarthy, each with a win. Alan Crowell with a win. Excuse me, not Alan Crowell with a win. Mark Cook with a win. Otto Cruz also has a win. James Morris with a win. And Ashton Crowder with 3 wins as well. So 8 different drivers have a win this season. 9th is Briggs Swope with 316 points. 10th, Josh Aaron with 298. 11th is Jeremy Edwards with 295, tied with Jimmy Barr for that. 13th is Justin Cope with 281. 14th is William Farmer with 276, tied with Justin Diltz. And 17th and 16th in points, is Tom Pear with 215. First one out is John Crow with 206. Dean Webb is 18th with 198. 19th is Ed Fowler with 184. And Brennan Poole currently 20th with 183 points. Under 30 seconds out from qualifying. And 11 cars qualifying in terms of speed. And right now it's Ashton Crowder on the pole with a 2:10.19. Just nearly 2 seconds faster than Brendan Poole. That will be an interesting question of how quick he can go. We're going to show you throughout the race today the track map and where all the drivers are on your screen. And we'll also show you their dashboard, see how they're doing in terms of gear shifting. There's the beautiful Circuit of the Americas start-finish line as we get ready to go racing. Our air traffic control director today, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Chris Lynn. And with that said, as we get ready to go racing, here's the starting lineup for tonight. Row 1 is Ashton Crowder and Brendan Poole. Row 2, Nick Boyd and Josh Susi. Row 3, Russ Boysford and Alan Crowell. Row 4 is Justin Cope and Mark Sikosi. Rounding out the top 10 is Mark Cook and Briggs Swope. Row number 6 is Jimmy Barr and Dylan Clark. Here's how the rest of the field lines up. Row 7, Kyle Milliken and Kayla McCarthy. Row 8, Brian Preslar and Tom Pera. Row 9, Daniel Menzies and John Crow. Row 10, Aiden Bearline and Josh Aaron. And row 11, Paul Smeraldo and Justin Diltz.
Correct. Pit to close with 2 to go before the end of stage.
Final words from from other drivers as the field is lined up. and ready to go racing. Is that the, I want to say that is the back straightaway where the drivers are. That long back straightaway, and that it is just past the hairpin. Stages will end at laps 14 and 30. The race is 46 laps. Keep in mind, because it is a road course race, there will only be cautions by the race control, which means they can only issue the stage cautions. They cannot issue cautions for a crash. Let's wait for the final driver to come in. Let's see your race control.
Hey, race control, can I get an EOL, please?
A couple of drivers asking for an EOL early on here.
EOL, please. EOL, please.
Man, a lot of drivers going to play it safe and go to the rear of this field.
Thank you, sir.
They don't want to take
EOL,
any.
please.
They don't want to take any bold risks. If everyone asks for an EOL, they're all starting where they are. Big story to keep in mind here is lap 1, turn 1. Remember, it's a heavy uphill climb into a hairpin in turn 1.
Whew, I already got a 1X.
And if you mess that up, your day could end early. Remember, it's easy to mess up in the start, and it's not easy to finish the race. Glad you could join us here on the National Sim Racing League. Let us know where you're watching from and who you are rooting for tonight. Riding on board with Brennan Poole as they go around the amphitheater and the observatory tower. Spectacular view that is. As they make their way into 19 and 20. We say, race fans, it's time to strap in and hold on tight, because these men and women are about to turn them loose and drop the sledgehammer off of turn 20. Crowder and Poole will bring them to the green. Here we go, race fans. It's in the starter's hands. And it's showtime from COTA. Scary uphill into turn number 1. Crowder with the early lead, followed by Brennan Poole, Nick Boyd, Josh Susi, and Russ Boisford. Everyone, I believe, got out of there clean with no wrecks at all. That's definitely impressive, that's for sure. Nick Boyd, Josh Susi, Russ Boisford, Alan Crowell, Justin Cope, as they've made all their way out of the creepy S's into their second hairpin turn. That's coming out of turn 11. It's the best battle on track. Long straightaway, making their way into turn 12. We go back over here to Crowell and Cope in a battle for 6th spot. All the way down from 5th gear to 2nd gear. We've got a crash early on. Josh Aaron lost it in turn number 12. Keeps it going. We stay green. And ahead of him, the 13, Aiden Bearline off course, keeps it going, but Bearline stays ahead of Jimmy Barr at the moment. And oh, we got a big one here. That's in 15. You had Aaron, Milliken, Bearline, Barr, Smeraldo and company involved off of turn 20. Lap 1 in the books, led by Ashton Crowder. Let's go behind them, and Aaron locks up the brakes for a moment on Jimmy Barr. It's the battle for 14th. Let's go ahead of them. Across the line, Mark Cook and Dylan Clark. That is for 9th position. Look at the gap already. Crowder's put on 10th place Mark Cook. The one taking it easy here into turn 1. The tires are cold. The brakes are not up to temp. Tire pressure's low as well as they make their way into the S's. Currently having a technical difficulty at the moment with our map, so we'll try and get that updated for you as soon as possible. Those sweeping S's, you can't do it as fast as you can in like an IndyCar or Formula One machine. But inside, Dylan Clark on brake swope in the hairpin. Turn number 11. Clark with the edge, you can get on the gas first and lay it in the gears. Clark gained the edge early on. Josh Susi in trouble. He's off the course. Along with Brian Preslar. Appears to be in turns 11 and 12 respectively, so Susi goes back into 4th position. Let's go back to that Mark Cook brake swope battle. There we go. You can see where all your favorite drivers are on your screen. Ashton Crowder, lap 2 in the books at a 2:11.46 as they all continue to wreck. Josh Susi is around. That is in turn 20. Falls back 2 positions. Let's look at the replay and see what happened. We're going to try and keep up to the angles as much as we can today. Wheel hops in 20, and around he goes. And almost hit by Russ Boisver in the number 3. Battle approaching here for 2nd spot between Brennan Poole and Nick Boyd. See Boyd in the 74. Top 3 is the way they finished last week at Dover. Crowder, the only driver running in 2:11s, and you've got Boyd in a 2:12, Poole at a 2:13. Oh, Boyd cooked them up. Going to be very interesting in how the pit stops work. They will have to pit, I would assume, around lap 10 to 15, so you may have to save some fuel, save some tires early on. Be interesting to see how that is approached. Ashton Crowder, though, is racing like he's playing NASCAR 14 on easy at the moment. Once we come off of, why don't we take a look? Why don't we ride on board with him? We're going to ride inside the cockpit. Show you what he's seeing. We'll put up the dashboard and put up the sectors. See how he's driving compared to the driver behind him. Down the rumbo strips. Ooh, he got a little tight in turn 1. CBM Harmer foul all the way down in the 1st gear. And this is where you got to be very careful. Don't want to gas too much or else you could go spinning. Got to take it nice and easy through these, what I like to call them whoops. Kind of like what they are in Supercross. Taking it easy, doesn't want to cut the course, or else that could be a 5-second penalty where he's going to have to slow down. Ooh, almost lost it there. All the way down to second gear. Now he gassed a little bit. Got to be careful on how you deal with turn 10, and that's part of the track. And now turn 11. Down to first, hops that corner. That's fine. We have to be a little bit more careful with how more advanced and technological the next-gen cars are when we come to real life next season. Watch the top speed here. It's going to be really cool to see here. Brakes at the 3rd meter mark from 170 miles an hour down to first gear at 50. 46, actually. Now this is where you got to be careful, too. See the way he's steering, how hard he's gonna have to steer this machine. Around the tower, again being very patient, just about half a lap away from catching up to lap traffic. That's 19. Here they come to turn 20.
Yeah, no problem.
That's Dylan Clark on the radio, running in 6th position. Well, let's look at the lap time here at the stripe, 2:12.24. Hitting the 10-second mark on Brennan Poole, that's impressive. Poole did not have a good sector 4 at all. He went 2:14.46. Well, that is a lap around with Ashton Crowder. So again, he continues to play it safe. The closest battle we have on track is in the back. Mark Sikosi, remember he took that EO out early on. That is for 18th position. Remember the stage ends at lap 14, but drivers may have to pit early on. And we got trouble. Brian Preslar behind. That is just before the observatory tower. And Tom Parra also involved too. Let's see if we can get a replay here. Oh, he cooked them and hit the foam block there. It is Parra, actually. We want to watch Preslar. He's taking it easy. That's just coming out,
I didn't see you there.
out of that long straightaway.
Nah, you're
He
good.
locked
I just
them.
didn't want to wreck both of them.
Like, you were there, and then you were gone, and then, yeah.
Daniel Menzies in 17th, reporting that he
Yeah,
wrecked.
if I was gonna wreck anybody, I was gonna wreck myself. I didn't want to wreck you.
Let's see what happened there. That's going up into turn 1. A battle for position with Kayla McCarthy. This is for like 60. Oh, man. Just cooked them to the left. Wanted to make sure he didn't wreck. And now we got Josh Susie that's wrecked. He's in 5th position at the moment. And continuing to lose some time. That is entering turn 12. Oh, man. He must have turned the wheel just a little bit under braking where you have to keep it straight. Locks it up. That's an impressive save, though. It's been credited as a spin. So Crowder continuing to lead, puts 5 laps up on the board, 9 to go. And we've got Justin Cope that has crashed now. Cope is in 7th. That is, he's in the observatory turn now. That carousel there. Let's check Justin Cope here and see what happened. Again, same place where Susie was. Wheel hopped it. Goes off course. Saves it. No spin, though, but a close call for Justin. Closest battle we have is Briggs Swope and Kyle Milliken. Remember, Milliken without a HUD. He was involved in that situation in turn, I want to say that was turn 15. That big wreck was we had earlier. Milliken, a good run for him last week. finishing in the 6th position, his best finish of the year. Running in 10th, he's got the final stage point at the moment. There's Aiden Bearline with a damaged left side of the car, closing in on John Crow. You got trouble with Tom Parra again. Briggs Swope off the course. 3-car battle here for 11th. Crow should get by with no issues. Tom Parra has crashed it again. I don't know what the heck the reason is for a Hannah Montana scheme. That's just cringy. Let's see what happened. Entering turn 12. So you lock him up. Says he went off track, and we've got another crash too with Paul Smeraldo, the car ahead. Locks them into the gravel. He goes and keeps it going, luckily. This is Paul Smeraldo. That is in turn 20. Locks them. Just got really tight. Just locked them up. That's something you just have to deal with. And look at this. We are 6 laps complete. That is from Tom Parra's rear end. He is in 22nd. Yes. That's a live picture of Ashton Crowder. And he's going to receive the blue flag here and just let Ashton go by. So Ashton up 13 seconds, puts the car a lap down.
Go ahead, Caleb.
We've got a crash with Aiden Bearline again. A couple more drivers crashing. There's John Crow. We've got a driver that is in the pits.
It's flashing, man. Very fast.
See what happened with Crow, and I want to say Bearline was a part of this as well. The driver, by the way, in pit road, Josh Susie, making an early stop. Ooh, it's a simple wheel hop right there. Josh Susie in the pits making a... This is a long stop. Remember, the drivers do not have quick repairs at all, so this is a long race, and Susie's called it. Susie has called it a night. He's just like, screw this, man. I'm in the points lead. He comes in, remember, as we look at the standings, an 84-point lead. He is good. He'll remain the points leader. So, beautiful scenes of COTA here with Crowder continuing to lead. Crowder currently in the 3rd sector or something. He's about to enter the amphitheater/tower. See if this gives us a nice shot here. That is the observatory tower you're seeing right there. Josh Aaron and Daniel Menzies reports that they have crashed. There they are in 17th and 18th. Coming into turn 1. Again, playing it safe. Just very slow on track. So that's what happened. Now Mark Cook in the 88 off course.
Thank you.
Let's watch.
Don't let
the
Rose
88.
by.
The butt kicker machine locks the brakes up. He is battling with... Couldn't tell who that was. That was the Gorilla car, I believe. Is that Crow? Sorry, I got my schemes all mixed up.
I'm back off.
I'm just scrolling through trying to remember who the Gorilla car is. It's the 59 of Cope, that's right. And that's what happened with Cope is he spun it again, and we've got another car in the pits. That's Tom Parra, who I think has called it a night so far. Crowder continues to lead, and look at that gap, 16 seconds. Where's Brennan Poole? There he is, just exiting turn number 10. Let's go to Bearline and Briggs Swope. That is the battle for 10th position. Swope coming in, out races this season, 5th in the points. Bearline so far, looking at his stats. only his second start in the National Sim Racing League this season. Currently in the S's on lap number 8 at the moment. Tom Parra working his way out of pit road. Bearline almost spun the machine out. Bearline inside of Swope, makes the pass, an easy pass there for 10th position. Pressure the 7 into a mistake and gets it to work. Eight laps are complete for Ashton Crowder. Remember, he's perfect this season in National Sim Racing League competition. 3 wins on the year. It's come at 2 of the last 6 races. Back-to-back wins at Kentucky and Dover the last 2 weeks. Also won at North Wilkesboro on the year. Brennan Poole currently second, looking for his first ever win in the National Sim Racing League. In the Shipley Donuts number 15. Nick Boyd still third. He's been third there the entire day. Good gap on Russ Boisvert in the number 3, just in turn 1. Currently in 4th position. In 5th spot, Dylan Clark entering turn 1 right now. Then behind him, crossing the finish line, Alan Crowell. John Crow on the radio. Mark Cook.
Yeah, buddy. It don't look that bad.
Locks up in turn 20, currently in 7th. And Justin Cope is 8th. Kyle Milliken 9th, and now Aiden Bearline is running in the 10th position. Got a driver that's crashed again. Tom Parra, same turn. Can't figure it out. Briggs Swope currently is in 11th. In turn 20, Justin Diltz is 12th. John Crow is 13th. Caleb McCarthy 14th. Jimmy Barr is 15th. Mark Sikosi is 16th. Daniel Menzies is 17th. Josh Aaron 18th. Brian Preslar 20th. 19th, excuse me. Paul Smeraldo is 20th. Tom Parra 21st. Josh Susi out of the race. $18 drivers on the lead lap early on here. I have a feeling Crowder's going to lead all 46. Just from the way he's leading right now and playing that big risk. Tom Parra, line drivers go by. Oh, Smeraldo has crashed, and I want to say Russ Boisvert in 4th position has crashed as well. Let's watch Boisvert here and see what in the world just took place. Now that is in a 12. As with Smeraldo, we locked him up, came down. Smeraldo was going to let him go. That's just one of our timing situations we have. So Parra again back on pit road. Remember, you have a limited set of tires that drivers can use. If you run out, then you cannot change tires anymore. Mark Cook has spun. That is in turn 12 and could lose a spot here to Kyle Milliken. There's Milliken in that 42. Perhaps we can see what happened here as well. Also in 12.
Thank you, Paul.
Locks them up. Doesn't turn the car around. Now this sets up a good battle here for 7th position. There's Milliken in the 42 machine. You see the gap for Milliken, 1.3 seconds behind Mark Cook. Cook's target is Alan Crowell. Crowell's one of Crowell's best runs right now in the National Sim Racing League. Remember, Milliken is doing this without a front hood. So let's ride on board here with the 42. Just taking it nice and easy, nice and slow. Doesn't want to ruin the car early on. Again, no quick repairs for the drivers in National Sim Racing League competition. Actually, pardon me, one quick repair. got that messed up there for just a moment. All drivers do have one quick repair. They don't want to use it too early, of course. This is a 46 lap affair we've got going on today. And it's, by the way, it's gone by Mark Cook for 7th position. Tom Pera again in turn 12. I don't know how he's not fixed that up just yet, and about to get swallowed up here by traffic. I don't know if he's just going to stop the car or whatnot. Remember, Pera's currently in 21st position. Oh, that car's in the gravel, and he stopped it. And drivers go by. John Crow Sr. has spun it. Again, turn 12. That appears to be Calamity Corner today for all drivers. That's the battle for 13th with Kayla McCarthy.
Thanks, Paul.
We can check and see what happened here with John. Oh, look at the brake rotors there. They're starting to glow orange with how heavy he's braking at the moment. So it's no surprise to see that, and that's in turn 20 again, and we've got another driver. Is that Pera? Yes, it is. Oh, and he spun the thing. He had a tough time getting the pit road, I would assume.
Brad.
This is gonna be the. I don't know if there should be. Is it?
No
I
problem.
think there should be a limit for how many times before you spin out. He's just letting drivers go. I get that.
Thank you.
I believe, if I recall correctly, too, that there is a rule. Taking a look here at the moment. Thinking of another series where there is a instant penalty. Or something like that. We've got a Justin Diltz. This may have been in the S's here with him. This is coming into the second hairpin actually in turn 11. Cooks him. Aren't really a lot of good battles on the track. Coming to be at 2 laps to go in the stage. It's time Valls Maraldo and John Crow. Both in turn 12. We're not going to watch that. I think we know what happened. Maraldo was actually in turn 20. So a correction there. It's going to be a lot of lap traffic Crowder's going to have to deal with here shortly. I am counting on the map like 5 or 6. If you include the 23 where he is, that would be probably 8. Closest battle we have is right there, which is for 14th, John Crow Sr. and Jimmy Barr. All the drivers are just, at this point, they're trying to avoid going a lap down. First car a lap down is Daniel Aaron. Then it's, so if we compare it to where Menzies is, it is not that far out. There's Crowder right there. So Aaron is just hoping that Menzies does not go a lap down, but it's all going to depend on who goes a lap down here. Sakosi nearly about to go a lap down. Biggest mover of the race so far from 22nd to 12th. That is Justin Diltz in the number 23.
My bad, Ashton. I didn't mean to do that, dude.
Uh-oh.
You're good.
Sorry.
I'll let you go.
So Menzies lets Crowder go
Brian, you're
by.
good. There was really just us getting the same spot. All good.
Pit road, by the way, is closed for the rest of the stage. All drivers should be good enough to go the distance. That's the battle ahead of him for 14th. Barr takes a look inside of Crow in 12. Locks them for a moment. No contact. Crow down into the leader.
Yeah, lane 81's that. Sorry, Ashton.
And Crowder with some right side
Why you blaming me
damage.
for that? You overdrove it.
No, you pinched me and caused me. Did you not see the blue and white flag, man? Trying to get over for the leaders. No, you wanted to get in front of me.
That's battling for position. Watch. We have to understand how to race each other. They can race each other for position as long as they're in front of the leader. That's all the 18. That's all the 18. Care what anyone says. So let's see if Crowder can survive with the right side damage he's got. Let's go watch Crow and Barr, and Crow locks them up. Let's see if... Oh, Crow was looking to take him out, I think. Final lap, by the way, underway in stage 1. There goes Crow underneath. And the pass sticks easily for 16th. Last driver with stage points is Bearline, currently in 10th position. And that is a battle for 9th you are watching with Mark Cook.
Thanks, Brian.
You're an idiot, 18.
Thank you.
Did Jimmy Barr and John Crow just get into each other? Again, that's in turn 1. We were watching this. Oh, he just spun himself around. Let's go back to that battle between Cook and Bearline. Bearline sends it in. Cook got tight. Cook locked him up. And Bearline takes away P9. That battle still continues to take place, though. Meanwhile, for Crowder down the back straight. About to put a lap on Sikosi. If he does, that makes Sikosi the free pass. Would not be what Menzies would want. There's Menzies in the background. Bearline opening some space on Mark Cook. So it's going to be just about an entire lap before we conclude the stage. So that will be very interesting. Crowder continues to sweep his way through the corners. I would not be surprised again if Crowder decided to take another bathroom break between stages 2 and 3.
Go. There you go.
Crowder may have lost. Nope, he's letting Menzies go by. His car still. I think he just wants to let lap traffic go by. Just close the field up just a little bit more.
There you go.
So Crowder being a good friend.
Shouldn't we be under caution?
No, we should not be under caution. Ashton Crowder, your stage 1 winner. First yellow flag flies, and Ashton Crowder takes the stage. We will be back in a few moments to get ready for pit stop. Stay with us. It's the National Sim Racing League from COTA.
The Butt Kicker Gamer 2. What you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
We are back here at Circuit of the Americas. Ashton Crowder
Six
took
cars
the
up top of the hill.
stage. As we'll be having pit stops take place in just a moment. Next week, meanwhile, for the National Sim Racing League, we'll be racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the longest race of the season. 350 miles around Charlotte. It is the World 350 from National Sim Racing League Cup Series. Ashton Crowder, the only driver in the 2-minute 10-second range. No one's even in the 2:11s. Crowder taking these kids to school at the moment. I'm not calling Brennan Pools a kid. Let's wait to see if we get some chatter coming from the drivers while we are at it. Let's know where you are watching from and who you were rooting for tonight. What we're going to do actually at the moment while we are at it, we're going to talk to some of these drivers. We'll talk with, first off, we're going to talk with Alan Crowell. Alan, sorry to put you out of your team chat by surprise, but how much fun are you having right now?
Come on, Kayla. I want to see you get up in the top 10 now.
Last running. It's just trying really hard to keep it on the track, with track limits being really the F1 track limits and not the NASCAR.
Is it just pretty much right now at the moment because of how the track is, how NASCAR racing is on a road course? Is it just basically trying to survive at the moment?
Right now, yeah. That and the big differential between all the drivers right now is once it gets single file, yeah, but whenever we're bunched up, yeah, it's all about survival.
All right, 10-4 on that. All right, we'll move you back. Good luck.
Yep, thanks.
So Alan Crowell currently in 6th spot. Let's find another driver in here we can talk with. How about, let's go to the Maximum Motorsports chat. Let's bring in Justin Cope here, currently in 9th position. Justin, how much fun are you having right now in your Gorilla machine?
Oh, having a blast trying to hold on to this thing, trying not to wreck.
Alan was just in here. He was telling me it's pretty much at the moment trying to keep it within the F1 lines. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, I'm up to about a 15X, so I'm sure I'll be getting a drive-through before this thing's over with.
Now, did I see you happen to spin earlier on, or what happened?
Yeah, I dropped it down the first gear and done a donut and ended up tagging Kyle Milliken on accident. It's one of them things.
That's what I thought I saw. What do you plan to do on the pit stop? I'm assuming 4 tires and fuel. You don't want to use that quick repair yet, correct?
We're going to hang on to the quick repair. Everything else is good to go.
All right, sounds good. All right, good luck, man. We'll move you back.
All right, appreciate it.
So that is Justin Cope in the Maximum Motorsports number 59. Pit road is open. All these drivers, you know they're going to come in for tires, fuel. Some of these drivers going to go for that optional repair. So we'll see what happens. Here they all come. The entire field coming into the pits. Crowder, of course,
You Mark.
in pit stall number 1.
These are really short pit stalls.
Those are F1 stalls. Race off of pit road. Oh, Crowder's going on that bathroom break now. Brendan Poole, Nick Boyd, Russ Boysford, Dylan Clark, and then it is Aiden Bearline coming out in 5th. There's a quickie. All drivers are going to pit the same time together. Only one driver, for those wondering. That is Jimmy Barr, by the way. He is the free pass for those wondering at home. Same time, though, got to be very careful in driving this car under caution. Don't want to mess it up before you go into the green flag. So Ashton Crowder will restart in 10th position. You know this Crowder man's always up for a challenge. So we'll see how he does here. Go to another break here. We'll be back for the restart in stage number 2.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back here to Circuit of the Americas. This is the Austin 250. Well, you know how crypto's been flying to the moon lately, like in that FTX commercial? Watch Kyle Milliken here. Just prove it right. Wait for it, wait for it. I think that was the crash there. I thought I saw a car fly up. Wait for it. It's coming somewhere. Here we go. Kyle proves it. To the moon. Milliken's at like that I don't care situation.
Start on the back straightaway and everybody gets their back legs cleared.
Has anyone tried yelling at him?
I tried. I tried to bump him too, but you know his car's invisible, so
I think we should be able to drive that car here.
just race the Porsche.
Yeah, I think they could give us all the weight limit and horsepower disadvantage. We'd still eat everybody alive.
Well, yeah, because we can get the power down and like insane. Maybe iRacing should just have a pace car series, and we just race pace cars everywhere. Had to run that.
Hey, I can see the leaders now.
Porsches at Eldora Dirt.
Now that would be fun.
Ferraris at Williams Grove.
Not so fun.
Kayla, tell them Kia Optimos on Bristol Dirt.
Start there, Crowder.
Say what?
Tell them Kia Optimos at Bristol Dirt.
Yeah, Mark, your car just did a bunny hop.
Just having some fun with Kayla in chat.
When we do Kias at Bristol Dirt, I just got a little birdie in my ear said we should do something like that.
Yeah, Mark, I was behind you, man. I saw you blinking a lot right before the caution. Sprint cars at Lima Land.
F1 at Irwindale Figure 8.
Yes.
I can get behind that.
I could too.
Do a throwback. Let's do Legend at, crap, I don't know.
I don't have that track.
Legends at Talladega.
Dirt Legend.
Is that a new track, Kayla?
All right.
See how many would make it without blowing up.
All right, let's get back to green here. Oh, Chris says, I'm all for anything Williams Grove. Big
You went inside or
fan.
outside?
Brennan Poole selects the left lane. Nick Boyd next to him in row 1. Row 2, Dylan Clark and Russ Boisvert. Row number 3, Eden Bearline and Justin Cope. Row 4, Mark Cook and Alan Crowell. Rounding out the top 10, Kayla McCarthy and Briggs Swope. Row 6, Daniel Menzies and Justin Dilch. Row 7, Mark Sikosi and Ashton Crowder. And row 8, Jimmy Barr and Kyle Milliken. Those are the drivers on the lead lap. Then back here, Josh Aaron, John Crow Sr., Brian Preslar, and Paul Smeraldo.
Are we there yet?
We'll have
Almost.
about 12 laps here in stage number 2 to get going.
Hope to God we don't die in turn 1.
Field makes their way
Indeed.
through turn number 20.
My time to shine.
As we're about to go back to green. Pull the right to fire. Here we go. Clears Nick Boyd. Remember, can't change your lane until you cross the start-finish line. Let's see what happens in turn 1. Couple of drivers lock them up. Looks like no issues for any of them. Some contact around the back of the pack here. But they all keep them going. Brennan Poole leads them.
Sorry, Alan.
You're good. Didn't affect me any.
Oh my goodness, Dylan Clark on 2 wheels. That's got to be heavy suspension damage.
It actually didn't give me an X.
He just went up another level on that curve.
Same.
Still driving fine. That's one of the craziest things I've seen tonight. Turn 11 and Nick Boyd trying to close in the battle for the race lead. Let's go behind them where we've got a mess 3 wide into turn 11. Ashton Crowder sends it in. Oh my goodness. How was there no contact with Kayla McCarthy?
Thank you.
Just giving you shit.
That was absolutely crazy. Crowder up to 8th. Let's go ahead as Justin Cope cooks them into turn 12. That's costing him about 2 positions. Look who's on him. There goes Crowder. Right on by.
My bad. You good at payback for earlier?
Crowder says my bad to Kayla McCarthy. Side by side. Mark Cook, Briggs Swope. Mark Cook up on the high side, the outside of the turn. Closest battle on track, that is for 10th. As Crowder now challenges Aiden Bearline to a 5th place battle. He just says, I'm letting you go by, and Bearline's coming into pit road. I am not sure what this is about, but the 13 is in the pits. Remember, biggest mover of the race started in 19th position.
That scared the hell out of me.
So an unscheduled stop here for a couple of drivers. Bearline, Barr, and Aaron and Smeraldo. You know what? They may have gotten penalized. Nope, no penalty given. I think they're trying to, you know, stay in the back for right now. Chris can explain. Get in here. Oh, wait. Why should I tell you to get in here? I can move you in here. All right. So what's up?
So the rule is you get 17 incident points, you get a pass-through penalty.
That's correct. That's right.
And Aiden just hit that along with Menzies and Jimmy Barr, so they'll all be coming out for pass-throughs. And then after that, every 8 after that, they have to do another pass-through.
Is there anything for disqualification or no?
No, unfortunately, unless they intentionally wreck somebody or anything like that, there's no limit to it here.
All right, cool. I'll move you back in. Thanks, Chris.
Okay, yep.
Chris working our air traffic control for today. Let's go back. Here we go. 10th spot. Mark Sikosi, Briggs Swope into 12. And Sikosi, easy pass. Could barely hear it, but just hit my easy button there. I think all things worked out well. So pass through penalties for those drivers. Just a change for 17th. Josh Aaron is easily going by Paul Smeraldo. John Crow apparently went off the track. Take a look and see what happened in Calamity Corner. Cooked them. And now Jimmy Barr has crashed. See what happened to the number 81 machine. And same story, different car. Yes. Got to take it very easy in that corner. Oh, that is Brake Swope in the 7 that is spun. That is just off of turn 20. I think he just got on the gas a little bit too much. And that was in that battle for 10th with Sikosi. Off the corner, yeah, gasses it a little bit too much.
The same damn thing you did.
And into the inside wall he goes.
That ain't a good idea.
No, it's not.
Followed you in here.
Let's go to Mark Cook and Alan Crowell. That is for 8th. Still have a couple of drivers in the pits. Easy pass for Cook. Inside on Crowell. Takes away 8th position in turn 11. And a change for 3rd. And, oh, man, look at the smoke from Crowder. Those brakes have to be on like fire after that. He just sent it in on Dylan Clark.
I'm really sorry. I just messed up my braking point there.
Yep.
You're all good, man. Not like I was gonna hold you back anyway.
Yeah, Ashton, don't be sorry. Dylan Clark, no one's going to hold you back anyway. For sure. Let's go back to the Crowell-Cook battle for 8th position. And, oh, there goes Crowell. Oh, nice save. Gassed it a little bit too much than he knew. Took his foot off the gas. Kept it going. Loses about a second or two to Mark Cook. So Crowder continues to make his comeback. There you see it right there. How bad he locked it up. The brake rotors are glowing on the left front. You can see it right there, I think. Let me show you this left front suspension. Maybe that can show you. Actually, they may have gone away. I think they did. So he's up to 3rd, 2 seconds behind Nick Boyd. Now, when does the yellow come out? Those that are wondering, because we now have the lap counter saying to go. So we're going to try and find it for you at home. It's not going to show us in terms of time, because that's what you get. But I would like to say, at the moment, we got 25 to go. What the heck? What lap are we on, for Pete's sakes? We're on lap number 22, so 9 to go. Before the stage yellow, and you'll see it when it comes. Pass for 2nd. Again for Ashton Crowder. We got Paul Smeraldo crashing in. Is not turn 12, actually. That is, I want to say 20. How about Justin Cope here? This is going into 11. We got another one coming up shortly. John Crow Sr. just crashed. We'll get the replay there in a moment. There's a lockup with the left front. Oh, my goodness. That's a scary lockup. Look at the left front. And a turn 12 for John Crow. Look at that. Look at that brake rotor. He was just slowing it up. Whoa! Crowder on 2 wheels! Hello! Taking our breath away there. Losing a little bit of time to Nick Boyd. It's the 2nd time we've seen a driver go up in the air. Brian Preslar has spun it in turn 1. Looks to be an entry spin situation. Ah, he was exiting the pits, and I think he was just letting drivers go by because he hits the line there to exit. And yeah, he is letting drivers go by. That way he merges back without colliding into somebody else. He's currently in 19th at the moment. For those keeping score at home. Let's go back to Mark Cook, closing in a little bit from Alan Crowell. There's Crowell in that 54. Good run for him in 9th position. Down in the first, and let's watch this view on the straightaway. Up to 5th. Got a break here. Down to 1 to take it, play it safe. Better exit. We got a car in the pits. Paul Smeraldo, I would assume it's for hitting the 17X situation. Brian Preslar again. Oh, that was the same thing. Apologies there.
Roll it.
Letting a driver go by. I think that's the 23 of Dilt, and it is. Gap is closed in, by the way. 3.5 second lead, where Brennan Poole at least gets to lead some laps here. Good to see out the number 15. Rolling it through the middle of the corner. Mark Cook is in the pits. I believe he has hit the 17X. We'll check here to confirm. It's right inside the top 10. It's going to put him back a couple of spots from what we know. We'll ride on board with him as he is in 30 miles an hour, his pit speed. Oh, this is an unscheduled. This is a scheduled stop. Going for a tire change here. Now Brennan Poole's on the back straightaway. So that should not be an issue. The gap's going down between Poole and Crowder. Let's go to 7th spot. Kayla McCarthy versus Alan Crowell. It is on. McCarthy pulling away just a little bit. Down to 0.6 of a second. Again, that's for 7th. Who's got the final stage point at the moment? It's Bearline in 10th. That's in 12. A lot similar. Let's compare the sectors at the moment between the two. Crowell, you see he's closed in just a little bit. A great sector 1, a second faster than McCarthy, which is what led the gap to close down. Drivers are in sector 4 at the moment. See, McCarthy has increased it back to over a second on Alan Crowell. We'll check here off of 20 how the gap is this time. Yeah, Crowell was 2/10 slower in sector 4. So the sector 1, by the way, you see the red dot on your map right off of turn 2. That's where sector 1 ends. So for those keeping score at home. Cross it here. Crowell is a ½ second faster. McCarthy gets the edge in sector 4, but Crowell in all other places. And that sector 4 really does pay off for Kayla. Closing in on another car here. I think that's lap traffic. That is, I think that's Preslar in the 67. Nope, it's Moraldo in the 57. See Preslar letting them go on by. Crowell a lot slower there. Just a tenth slower, I should say. Battle for the lead, though. Starting to take place. Brennan Poole, Ashton Crowder. Para gets out of harm's way. Across the line, couple laps left to go, by the way, in stage number 2. It's the run in turn 1 as the brakes continue to glow red. Now in those Swappanesses. Crowder is going to get the run and should be able to make the pass this lap. Crowder's closing in. Here we go. Second hairpin coming up of 11. You see the green outline on the map that shows you where the drivers are, and Poole locks them up. Crowder takes advantage. New leader. Oh, contact there. It's a smidge of contact, and Ashton Crowder goes to the point. Even with a bathroom break. Couple of wrecks we had. Let's take a look at them and show you what happened a couple of minutes ago while we were watching the other two drivers. Let's watch first off. It's Mark Cook on his exit, so we don't need to worry about that.
Thank you, Thomas.
Let's go back to Mark
Not a
Cook.
problem, bud.
That is an 11 as he cooks the brakes. And then let's show you Aiden Bearline, this is by himself. Now, I do not know where this is from my perspective. I think that is a 19. Yes, it is, and he spins out. Hop to curb. And a couple more moments from Mark Cook you're going to see here. This is, again, entering 11. Left front, locked up. You saw the tire not even spin at all. We've also got Jimmy Barr here. This is, again, these are all no contact situations. These are just drivers messing up their braking points. Here's Calamity Corner. Another lockup for Barr. Nearly sent him around, too. And we've got another from Mark Cook. This is where he may have crashed, because I have 2 crashes within 6 seconds. This is in turn 20. It's a lockup, major lockup. It's the worst I've seen him lock up today. And he just spun it out, and I think he has called it. Mark Cook is not on the track anymore. He has called it a night. A couple of drivers are in the pits. Justin Cope, this may be a penalty.
What happened? Oh,
About to find out.
Couldn't stay on the track.
Could not stay on the track. That usually leads to a 1X off. And this is a pass through. They could say the same as well with that 57 of Smeraldo.
Stuck in my den.
So Crowder continues to lead, 2.3 seconds on Brennan Poole. You see a lockup there in 20. Trying to find another good battle. Why don't we do a full field rundown? There's Crowder crossing the line as the leader. Brennan Poole second. Couple laps left still in stage 2. Nick Boyd is third and locks them up in 20. Dylan Clark is fourth. Russ Boisver is fifth. Alan Crowell sixth. Kayla McCarthy is seventh. Aiden Bearline locks them up in 12 and 8th. Good battle with Takosi in 9th, who also locks them up. 10th is Briggs Swope. He's got the final stage point at the moment. 10 seconds on Justin Dill to lock up into 11. Daniel Menzies is 12th. Jimmy Barr is 13th. Justin Cope in the pits in 19th. 15th, John Crow Sr. 16th, Josh Aaron. 17th, Paul Smiraldo. 18th is Brian Preslar. Out of the race is Mark Cook, Kyle Milliken, Tom Pera, and Josh Susi. We did show as well oh, we had a big crash. Preslar and Barr. Don't see Jimmy. That is an 11.
Yeah, because he got stuck on the jack for 45 seconds. Or more. It wouldn't even let him go. He's still sitting there.
Yeah, that happened to me in BP too.
Just slow and steady. Then here is Jimmy. This is a separate accident. This is actually a turn ahead.
By the way, if you haven't gone and bought one of Brennan's shirts, they're super fucking comfy.
That's a huge lockup for Jimmy.
Just saying.
There's your promotion. Go buy some Brennan Poole merchandise, folks. Ashton Crowder. Is that Crowder? Nope, that's John Crow. I'm sorry. Thought for a moment the leader came into the pits.
You say you're going to buy me one.
Maybe because you're special.
Let's go,
I wear
Brennan.
a large.
Simple.
Do I get a free keychain?
That's a good question that
Sorry
no one
about
has
that,
the
Brian.
answer to. Daniel Menzies is currently in 12th position, trying to close in on Justin Dilt. Appreciate you guys hanging in with us.
I'm sorry, Dill. I'm just trying to stay in a rhythm here.
Menzies, don't apologize, man. You're the one putting the pressure on. Appreciate you all hanging in there with us tonight. Show you a couple of more situations that just happened moments ago. First up, Aiden Bearline. And again, turn 12. Major lockup. And Brian Preslar. That's in 1. Oh my goodness, what a send. What we're not going to do for the rest of this race is we're not going to show you this. Drivers that are a lap down or more wreck. So just about maybe 2 laps away from the stage yellow. And we've got Jimmy Barr off track, who is a lap down. That is in, again, 12.
Thank you, Josh.
Top 12 are on the lead lap, for those wondering. Daniel Menzies, Justin Dilt, about to have a good battle here for 11th. You also got Kayla McCarthy and Aiden Bearline for 7th. As from Kayla's perspective, from her rear. Good corner by both, but a better exit from Kayla. Oh, Kayla with the lock up there. Here comes Aiden.
Race control.
Thank you, Paul.
Yes.
Lap.
Yeah, you have to finish lap 30.
Oh, I thought it was start at lap 30. My bad.
Right.
So we're coming to lap 30 in just a few moments. Pit road is closed. 7-second lead for Crowder on Brennan Poole. And there's the change there. Let's rewind it. That's in 20. Major lockup from Kayla. Aiden goes by. And there's another driver that's in trouble. Justin Dilt a lap down. Just went a lap down. Oh my goodness, something was wrong with the car. Oh, a lot of wheel hop there. Just sent his car around. And it was in front of the leader, Crowder, again. Second time he has dealt with a last lap stage situation. And he lets Menzies go. I don't know if he's going to let Diltz go by or else Diltz is too far behind. I don't think so. There is a car behind that is Diltz, but not going to work though. Crowder takes stage 2, and there's the yellow. So Ashton Crowder wins stage
2.
number 2. Brennan Poole second, Nick Boyd third, Dylan Clark
There you
fourth.
go, Brennan. Top 10.
Russ Boysford fifth, Alan Crowell
Yeah,
sixth.
good job, Kayla, and good job on the shout out for my merch. I appreciate it. I was just had my freaking hands full with this thing.
Aiden Bearline 7th, Kayla McCarthy 8th, Mark Sikosi 9th, and Briggs Swope 10th.
You're good, man.
Let's go to break here. Stay with us here at Austin,
Didn't
Texas.
Quinn got a line of merch too?
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Waiting for pit stops here at Circuit of the Americas. Of course, as always, we can't do the National Sim Racing League without all of the refined sponsors. Speed Demon Setups and Graphics, Affordable SEO and Marketing, Elevated Outdoors, and Butt Kicker. And we talk with some drivers on the track at the moment. Let's see, who do we got that we can have a fun chat with. We haven't talked with anyone yet from the DraftKings team. Let's see, who do we got? Aaron, Swope. Let's go to Brig Swope here. Let's talk with Brig Swope here. Brig, how's that car right now? You're in 10th spot at the moment.
Hey there, thanks for joining me over here. I'm having a lovely time pacing this thing around the track by myself, but it's all right. You know, there's good times and there's bad times in this thing, it seems like, but having it hook up to the ground is quite a challenge, so I'm just trying to figure this thing out by the time we're over.
Well, hey, you got yourself a bonus point right there in 10th. How tough right now is this survival game, and what's your instant level at the moment? I'm kind of curious.
I'm sitting at 16. So I am right on the edge of getting a pass through.
Well, I mean, you could just go off track right now and just take your pass through with the star of the green flag.
I thought about it, and I thought about actually taking it in stage 2. That way I could restart on the lead lap and not have to worry about it. But we'll play it by ear and see how it happens for us.
All right, sounds good. All right, we'll let you go, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
I think that's the first time we've talked with someone out of the DraftKings camp, and I know I talked with her already once. We're going to talk with Kayla though right now. Currently in P8. Just had a good battle with Aiden Bearline for 7th. Kayla, how's your car right now?
We are fighting her. We are fighting her hard. She's pushing, she's loose, she's all over the place. Both tires up there at that stage. For the first stage I was a little more conservative, but had to get stage points, had to try and make up some ground there. But we'll keep digging, try and get overall, good overall finish, good points day. Had several guys drop out already and whatnot, so just keep digging.
All right, I gotta ask you something that may be hilarious, but at the same time, I don't know if this is bad. So I heard you promote Brennan Poole's line of merchandise. Why didn't you say, "Let's go, Brennan"?
So I've known Brennan for a really long time. We used to race Legend Cars together, or he raced Legend Cars. I was racing Allison Legacy Cars and the Bandos and stuff. But we've known each other for a long, long time. And I don't know, I just felt like, promoting his merch. I've got one of his shirts myself, and they really are comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah, I just, I don't know. I know Brennan's a road course guy, so I'm sure it's going to be battling between him and Ashton all night.
I was hoping you were gonna chant "Let's go, Brennan" at him there. That's why I brought it up there for a moment.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure that would probably get everybody going. Let's go, Brandon. But I didn't want to get anybody confused with Brandon and Brennan, so it's
I know.
But yeah, it is funny.
All right, I'll let you go. You got your stop. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so there's Kayla McCarthy, the Queen of Texas, currently in 8th. Pit road is open. Everyone's coming in. And one driver staying out. That's Justin Dilch. Well, he is the free pass car and is back on the lead lap. Would not be surprised if Crowder was like, you know what, I'm going on another break. Nope, no break this time. Beats out Poole, Boyd. Clark comes out ahead. One of the best stops there. And Boysver coming out. We don't know who's coming out yet in 5th. Boysver comes out in 5th. Okay. But Dylan Clark had a good stop there. Not gonna lie. Some of the pit roads here are a little bit glitchy on our SDK service. So Ashton Crowder will bring the field back to green. We'll go back to break here. Stay with us here. It is the Austin 250 from COTA.
Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
We are back here at Circuit of the Americas. Chris, unfortunately, I cannot hit Aiden up because he is not in the Discord. That son of a gun. I don't know why he's not in Discord. Let's listen to race control at the moment. We've got nothing at the moment, so stand by for that.
So while we go on this fine afternoon drive, how is everyone doing this fine evening?
Just enjoying this Texas weather.
I gotta pee.
Amen.
Should have done what Crowder done.
I'm starving.
Just waiting for the drivers to go down the back straightaway, then we can reset the field for you as we come back to green. We'll have 12 laps left.
Hey, to everybody behind me, I gotta go do a pass through.
You might end up giving a lot of people black flags.
All right. So as we go back to green. Crowder and Poole, row 1, row 2, Nick Boyd and Dylan Clark, row 3, Russ Boisver, Alan Crowell, row 4, Aiden Bearline and Kayla McCarthy, row 5 is Mark Sikosi and Briggs Swope, row 6, Daniel Menzies and Justin Diltz. Jimmy Barr 13th, John Krill 14th, 15th Josh Aaron, 16th Paul Smeraldo, 17th Brian Preslar, 18th Justin Cope, 19th is Mark Cook, 20th Tom Parra, 21st Kyle Milliken. Crowder selecting the inside for this restart. Remember, the drivers cannot change lanes until they cross the start-finish line. So Crowder has to make sure he just stays on the inside. Into turn 20. He fires. We're back to green. Poole stays side by side with Crowder. Here they come up to turn 1. See if we have any issues there. Crowder goes wide. He locked him up. And Poole goes to the lead. Meanwhile, looks like no issues back. We got more trouble. As they go through the S's. Crowder locked them up in turn 1. But luckily, only comes out with an off-track situation. That got close for the 1, and he got loose there. Let's see what happens as he tries to close in on Brennan Poole for the race lead. They come in 11. Let's see what the exit speed is. As low as 44, 45. Top speed, 174 from 5th down to 1st. He is right there, down at 42. Crowell locks them up, and we got reports of Kayla McCarthy just crashed. I believe that's in 12. And that it is. We got to check on that battle for the lead shortly. We got to make this quick, hopefully. Boyd pass inside. McCarthy was just slow on the exit, I think. Let's go for the lead here. Gonna be 11 to go this time by off 20.
Hey guys, I'm pitting this time by.
Daniel Menzies coming in for his pass through, I would assume. Poole ducks to the inside. I think he's just letting Crowder go back. Oh, he's faking him out. They're having some fun. Well, these are KTS teammates. They're just having fun working together. And we've got Aiden Bearline that's crashed. Still side by side, though. In turn 1, Jimmy Barr's also crashed. We'll check Aiden Bearline here on the replay. That is in 20, and that's a huge lockup. Look at that left front. So Bearline back in 8th, and a good battle with Nick Boyd. Let's go back here for the race lead. That's an 11. And Poole with the lockup this time. Crowder doesn't take advantage.
Thank you, Aiden.
See what happens in 12. Got a strong lead on Dylan Clark, 5 seconds back. They're just going to play it safe and have fun. There's a bumper! Crowder trying to go around the outside there. Again, they're just having fun as Poole now locks them up. Starting to lose the tires here. Yeah, and those guys are just having fun with each other. I think they're going to race when it comes to the final lap or something. Final 2 laps to be specific. No question, these were going to be the two best drivers today. They each started on the front row. 10 to go at the line. Poole putting a big block on Crowder. He's got to run on the inside, entering one, and Poole out brakes. And outside of braking, locks them up for a moment. Watching the S's for Crowder. Oh, big run on Poole there. Exciting racing here in Circuit of the Americas in Texas. Good exit. We got one driver that's off track. That's crashed. That is Justin Dilt, and he's in one. In 11th position, the 23. Goes way high there. You know, something tells me, as Crowder again ducks down low, this time he's there. He's got the run, and deadlocked. Crowder can't get it yet. And, or will we get it here around the outside? He cannot. Poole locks up that time. No bump. Crowder nearly had it on Brendan Poole. And we got a crash from Mark Sikosi. In 8th spot. I think that's a lockup there as well. He lost 7th because of it. Entering 12. Wheel hopped. Poole loose off of 20. Here we go. Drag race to the line. Poole looking for his first win in the National Sim Racing League. Ashton Crowder trying to go 4 for 4, including 3 in a row. Not going to do it on the inside. Let Poole drive it. Crowder loose off of 1. Crowder trying to fight back with a nice turn 2. Down to a half a car length. Again, that is the battle for the race lead. You see the gap for Clark. He is 6 seconds back. Crowder loose off of turn 9. Josh Aaron reports that he has locked them up or gone off track. Remember, he's in 15th position. He's right on board here with Crowder. He pulls up. Poole goes wide. He's letting Brendan Poole keep it. I think he's having a little fun with them. That's why he keeps some side-by-side racing going on. And when they come to the last lap, that's when they let the gloves. Off. Alan Crowell reports that he has crashed. Turn 12, I'm assuming. The answer is yes. This is, I would assume, a lockup. Nick Boyd down to the inside. Just looked like he was really slow. We have wheel hopped it. Back at it for the lead. Poole cut Crowder off. Ashton, oh my gosh. He's going to set it in, lock it again. Look at that brake rotor. Again, those guys are just having fun with each other. Continues to be the best battle. 8 to go. Lynn's saying it's going to be an Ambrose Keselowski at Watkins Glen remake. Let's watch that left front suspension of Ashton Crowder. You're going to see the brakes here. See if they glow. Look at that. Look at that. What a view that is. Let's keep watching it for you at home. Why not? Poole keeps the lead. It'll be 7 to go at the line. They are going to be approaching some lap traffic shortly of Smeraldo and Preslar. Those wondering, by the way, that is Paul Smeraldo in pit road. Taking Tom Parra for the win. Into 20. Remember, they got a 7-second lead on Dylan Clark, so that gap is increasing over third, even when they are battling for the lead and having some fun. 7 to go. Poole keeps it in 1. Now I'm going to check here, just so I make sure I have this right when they come off 20 this time. If the start-finish line is right off of 20 or under that where the flag stand is at the where they started the race earlier. Crowder gonna go again. Oh, Poole locked him up this time. And that's giving Crowder the lead. And that may do it right there for sure, unless he lets Poole close in. But I doubt he's gonna let Brennan do that. Oh, he's going to give him the inside here. Again, these guys are just having fun. Poole loose. Crowder still keeping the lead. Again, like I said, they're playing with each other. Ah, the bumper to Crowder, I think.
Thanks.
Just gonna look here just to make sure where that timing line is. It is there. Off of that final turn. So the start-finish line is the legit finish line as Crowder locks them up again. Allows Poole to close in half-second lead.
Good job.
Couple of things that we missed a couple of moments ago. We had...
Hey, Brig, you just blinked that whole section right there, bud.
Yeah, I can see it on my end.
Let's watch Justin Diltz here first. Then we'll watch Diltz and Menzie together. I think they did collide, I want to say. There's a lock up there. That is in the third sector, third, fourth sector. Here they are in turn 1.
Kayla, if it happens again, I'll let you go, but that's the first time it's happened in this race.
Okay. Oh, both of them locked up at the same time. Wow, you don't see that often.
Yeah, you're good, bud. Just letting you know.
And Diltz locked him up again in 12. Let's see here what we got. There's a lockup there. Yeah. A little bit of a lock and wheel hop combined. Lock hop, I call it. So for Crowder, as long as he has no issues the rest of the way, 4th win in the National Sim Racing League, including the last 3.
Thank you, Paul.
They have gotten by lap traffic, the top 3 to be exact. Dylan Clark is reigning in 3rd. How about him? He's had a good car today, driving for the Speed Demon setups, guys. Down about 10, 11 seconds or something like that, but hey, Clark, this is a good run for him. We haven't taken a look at a specific driver's stat line yet tonight. So why don't we take a good look at Dylan Clark's. Best finish was 2nd, coming at Chicagoland. This will be another good chance we get to talk with him. Top 10 finishes in every race so far this season was 6th at Kentucky and 9th at Dover. He's yet to lead a lap, though, in National Sim Racing League competition. Leaders are going in turn 9. Turns 8 and 9, I should be specific.
Yep.
Smeraldo on the radio as we are on the final 5 laps here at COTA tonight. Again, next week. Don't miss out on the World 350 at Charlotte. That should be a fun one. The drivers will be going wide open. Justin Diltz in turn 12. Diltz will probably be one you may have to watch out for at Charlotte. Remember, this is a track where the drivers can go wide open in the corners with the 550 horsepower package. Yep, there's a lockup for Diltz. There's that puff of smoke, and also nearly went around. And turn 12, it's been extremely tough on drivers today. Gap is closing a little bit for Poole on Crowder, down to a half second now in that corner. Around the observation tower. 4 laps will be left of the line. Daniel Menzies pitting from 12th. Kayla McCarthy and Briggs Swope in a battle for 8th position. Good, been an all right race for Kayla. Remember, it hasn't been really talked about a lot. Again, that is a battle for 8th position on the track. Lap traffic letting Kayla and Brigg go by. Again, that's the best battle on the track for 8th. But a good race for Briggs so far today. Now he's 5th in points. Best finish was 3rd at Myrtle Beach, so this would be his 2nd best finish on the year. He's got 2 top 10s and a top 10 last week at Dover, so the streak will continue for Brigg. The guy in 11th is a minute back, so no major issues for Brigg. He will be good to go to the end. Battle for the lead. Crowder had an issue happen to him. Poole closes in just a little bit. Poole made an adjustment, either that or Crowder's just having fun with Brennan. I would assume Poole made an adjustment between stages 2 and 3 that would make him be good to the end and be a little bit faster than Crowder in stage 3. Let's watch on board with Brendan Poole for this lap. And another lockup for Crowder. May have been a lockup for Poole as well, and Crowder's driving away. Starting to look smaller and smaller. Let's go back over to Kayla and Brigg. 8th place battle here. A lot of guys will be credited with some good runs. Dylan Clark from 12th to 3rd. Aiden Bearline from 19th to 10th, a good run for him. Justin Diltz from last to 11th. He'll be credited with the hard charger of the race from what we know of as of right now. Let's go back to Swope. There's McCarthy in the back. Locks them up. McCarthy finds a door. Finds a door, but just doesn't know how she can go through it. Has to find a plan. And we've heard Justin Diltz has gone off again. Turn 12. From now on, when someone races at COTA, I should just have a turn 12 camera fixed up. Should just activate a speed trap or something. Anyway, 2 to go for Ashton Crowder. Would be 3 in a row, 4th win on the season, would give him the #1 seed in the playoffs. Has had a fun race so far. Has left 10 drivers on the lead lap today. Next car he could lap would be Aiden Bearline. There's Bearline. Compare him to Poole. It's about just half a lap. So, unless Bearline has a major issue, won't get lapped by Ashton Crowder at all. That is Josh Aaron ahead in the 77.
Sorry, Crowder.
You're good.
Hold them up for Brennan.
What a...
Did you say hold up, Brennan?
No. Hold up Crowder for Brennan.
Kayla, you're going to have to go back and watch the broadcast. We've had one heck of a battle the last, 10 laps.
That's true.
Yeah, y'all ought to be about tired by now.
They probably are. But it's been a fun race watching these two go at it. Crowder putting on, again, a whooping in the final stage. Well, I should say Crowder and Poole combined.
Okay, Lou, it's funny while it lasted.
What happened?
Got my 17.
Oh, that's a tough break for Brig Swope.
Damn. It's alright. I just about biffed it into the S's over here.
Looking at an 8th place finish. Meanwhile, white flags in the air. Final lap underway for Ashton Crowder at COTA. Another strong run by Crowder. And is going to have his 4th win of the season. Entering next week's event at Charlotte. Definitely going to use this experience going towards the next road course race, which is at Sonoma. It is actually 2 weeks from now on November 17th. Entering the hairpin, the lead's up to 8 seconds, so Brennan Poole definitely used up his tires, that's for sure. Up the hill again. And now going into a downward climb to the home stretch. Into the amphitheater observatory deck section. And we'll see his way home. Final 2 turns from Ashton Crowder. Off at 20. Ashton Crowder, 3 wins in a row, takes the Austin 250 at Circuit of the Americas.
Let's win, Ashton.
Run there, Nick.
Brennan
Hey,
Poole
thanks.
2nd, Dylan Clark 3rd, Nick Boyd is 4th, Russ Boisvert 5th.
I wouldn't have hit you.
As they continue to come up, Ashton Crowder gets to celebrate Texas style. A little bit of donuts, add some barbecue to that. We'll talk with the top 3 here in just a moment. Again, join us next week. We're at Charlotte for the World 350. Longest race of the year. We'll probably be up late, just like this time. Well, Crowder's trying to find an appropriate place to do some donuts. I don't know where he's going. Boisvert 5th, Crowell 6th, Sikosi across the line in 7th, and Bearline in the pits. Loses out to McCarthy for 8th, Bearline back to 9th. And around out the top 10 is Brig Swope. Ashton Crowder gets...
Oh, yeah, no, I saw you coming, man. I was pushing with everything you had. Great drive-through coming back up there.
There we go.
Yeah, I should have had to. I can't believe I just shifted it back
Right
and
in
kicked
front
out
of-
on me.
Right in front of Dylan Clark. think that is the hairpin in, not 11. That's where the observatory deck is. It is. Wants to do it for the fans up top. Yep, it's right on there. So we'll talk with your top 3 here. They should be in shortly. And you know what? I got the top 2 in here since Dylan's not in yet. We're going to start with you two. That was a fun battle. I got to tell you this, but Ashton, I got to ask, were you just playing on Brennan? Were you two just like having fun there?
No, you know, I definitely had a little bit of a pace advantage, having, you know, a little bit more experience on the sim. But being behind him, it was tough. The places where I was fastest, you know, being behind him, I really couldn't show that. So as soon as it worked out into my favor, I got out front, got the clean air, we were good. But yeah, it was just it's really difficult to get by.
Brennan, what adjustments did you make between stages 2 and 3 to get up there with Crowder?
I didn't. I mean, I learned a lot running behind him the little bit that I was able to, and he showed me a few things that I think helped me pick up my pace towards the end of the race. So I could try to make it difficult on him if I got up front. And really, when he was behind me, I just kept trying to position my car in places. You know, I could tell he was a lot better than me through a lot of the slow sections, and I knew if I could keep him from maybe out braking me, if I could check him up enough on the entries of those corners and get good runs off, that I could kind of try to hold him back there as best I could. So I was just doing all that I could. I knew he was faster, and I was just trying to prolong it and hope something could happen, or maybe he would make a mistake and I could get a gap and get to the end or something like that. But it was crazy. I mean, we were passing back and forth, and just it was just so much fun. And I hope everybody that tuned in and watched enjoyed watching it too. I know at the beginning portion of the race it was kind of spread out, and there wasn't much happening, but certainly that last battle to the finish made the race totally worth it. So I enjoyed it. I learned a lot, and I'll just keep working on my pace. You know, Ashton's really fast and definitely has a lot of experience in the sim. I mean, he's a professional at this, and so you know, I'm just trying to learn as much as I can and get better every time that I come and run these races. And I felt like I got better all race long, and tried to make something happen at the end. But ultimately, I was second fastest really all day today. So to finish second, no worse. You know, I can't complain, and learned a lot through the race following Ashton there at the end.
Well, for both you guys, how much of this is going to actually pay off towards a couple of weeks from now? 2 weeks, actually, from the next road course race we've got coming up at Sonoma.
I mean, I think this track is just really challenging. A lot of these corners feel like you should be able to roll faster than you actually can. So it's just a tricky track, and obviously only having 17 X's you could get this race without a penalty makes it really challenging. I'm hoping at Sonoma we have a little bit more lenience, because this track's like, man, you barely go off, or even sometimes you're on a curve and it gives you an X, and you're like, oh, I didn't really go off the track. So that made it really tough. But I think it was definitely good practice. I mean, just getting the feel, getting back in the rhythm for road courses. I haven't really done a whole lot of them this year in the stock car. I've been doing a lot of, you know, a lot of the GT threes and LMP2s and stuff like that this year with a lot of the endurance races and stuff that I do. We're running the 10 hours of Suzuka on Saturday, and I'm going to stream it on my Twitch. Those of you that are listening, if you want to check it out, just Brennan Poole on Twitch. But, you know, so we've been doing a lot of that. So it was just, I mean, it was fun to get in here, do the next gen thing, get some more experience with that car. And, you know, I'm sure we'll be in there messing around at Sonoma too, and just gaining some more experience in the sim, and just feeling out these next gen cars as much as we can.
Well, that should be fun. Ashton, that's actually a good question to follow up with you. Brennan just brought it up with the pavement situation at COTA. You're not going to have a lot of that at Sonoma, because if you go off the course, it's pretty much that dry grass you usually see.
Yeah, that's right. You know, with COTA, it's on one of the FIA tracks, so you kind of go into it knowing that even if you really mess it up, you're kind of fine. Brendan and I used up all of that tonight, thankfully. But yeah, for Sonoma, I mean, there's really nowhere to go. I found myself a few times in like the Coke Series and stuff, putting a tire off the track and then sweating profusely for the rest of the night, worrying that I'll do it again and won't get so lucky to get it back. So I'm sure you're gonna see a lot of that at Sonoma with these cars. They're really, really hard to drive. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to explain how difficult they are on the road courses to keep together. So
Absolutely.
I think it'll be a pretty good show. For
We'll,
sure.
we'll go from second on. Who do you guys want to give shout outs to tonight?
Well, shout out to Charge Racing. Ashton has been, running in the Contender Series, fighting for a spot back in the Cook Series again. You guys should check those races out on Tuesday nights, and look for the Charge Racing car. So first and foremost, shout out to our team. But also too, a big thing that we're doing is just trying to remember our active military men and women, and just keep them in the forefronts of your mind as they're out there, fighting to keep us safe and fight for our freedoms. So we appreciate all that those men and women do for us. And other than that, man, just looking forward to coming back and racing some more next week. And obviously, hopefully I'm talking to you tomorrow night in the Xfinity Series League. Those that watch tonight, come over and watch that broadcast again tomorrow night. Xfinity Cars at the Milwaukee Mile, I think, right?
Yep. Yes, I believe it is. So that should be a lot of fun. Ashton, I think I'll see you there too. How about you? Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, if my knee doesn't fall apart, I was telling Brendan it started locking up for some reason, so that was kind of sad. But yeah, like Brendan said, Charge Racing, everybody there, everything that we're getting going with that team, really excited about it. Had a really good run. Today's Wednesday, right? So it was last night. Yeah, my days are all mixed up. But
Yeah.
yeah, life, man. I'm 19, super old. But yeah, we had a great run there. Didn't really finish off the last lap the way that we wish we could have, but in top 10 all night. So I think that's really impressive for a new team like us, and I think it's only a sign for the future. I always shout out to you, the broadcast, the league. My beautiful girlfriend up in the Berg. You heard. And then Braxton Burmeister. That's really it.
All right, sounds good. Gentlemen, I'll let you guys go. Nice run tonight.
Thank you.
All right, get you. All righty. And let's bring in our third place finisher here. Dylan Clark finishing third tonight. Dylan, just walk us through your race.
Well, it was really all by my lonesome that entire race. I really just sat all by myself except for those starts. Brennan and Ashton just pulled away the entire race and left us just hanging back here.
It's pretty much a race of survival for what I understood, especially turn 12, because a lot of drivers were locking up that brake tonight.
Oh yeah, it was a big game of survival. I killed the curbs a couple of times. I heard that you got quite the show when I went up on two-wheel there. But yeah, it really was just staying smooth, trying to keep the car underneath you and not burn up the tires while you're at it.
Yeah, definitely. Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Speaking and Setup, C4 Motorsports, really just everyone associated with helping me out with my iRacing career. I just started like 7 months ago, and I am really proud of my progress that I've made, and thanks to my parents for giving me this awesome setup that I'm on.
Nice. All right, we'll let you go. Nice run tonight, man.
Thank you, sir. Have a good.
So Dylan Clark finishing third here tonight. Give you our final results as we hit the 11 o'clock hour. We definitely want to get out of here, that's for sure. Crowder, Poole, Clark, Boyd, Boisvert, Crowell, Sikosi, McCarthy, Swope, and Bearline. That, is the top 10. Not really a lot of heartbreaks here, though, tonight. Pull up the rest of the pulling up the rest of the results here on your screen. So with that, that will do it for us here tonight. Next week, Charlotte Motor Speedway. And don't miss out on that. So that'll do it for us. Shout out to our sponsors as always, Speed Demon Setups and Graphics, Butt Kicker, Affordable SEO and Marketing, and Elevated Outdoors. Shout out to everyone from the National Sim Racing League, Mark Sikosi, Justin Dilts, and all the fine admins. Chris Lynn, our air traffic controller tonight. Marty Sakala sign off tonight. Ashton Crowder, his 4th win of the season, and goes back to back to back. At Circuit of the Americas, he takes the Austin 250. Thank you all for joining tonight.